The issue of progress versus preservation came up again in Parliament today. Minister of State for National Development Tan Chuan Jin said Singapore's development should not and need not come at the expense of its heritage, but choices need to be made on how land is used. He added that conservation is not the only way to celebrate our past.
When it was announced last September that part of Bukit Brown Cemetery will make way for a new road, a public outcry ensued over the perceived loss of Singapore's heritage. Several pioneers, including Chew Boon Lay and Lim Chong Pang, are buried there. Despite explanations by the government, several doubts still linger.
We know that space is always a constraint in Singapore. This is a given. But it does not answer the question of why a road to cater to a group of motorists, say, is given higher priority over what some others may value as a heritage site.
A cemetery is not just for the dead and about the dead. It is about keeping our history, our memories, and all the meanings of our past alive for the living and for future generations of Singaporeans.
Mr. Tan said the new road was necessary to alleviate traffic jams in the area and to provide transportation options as more housing is built in the north. He stressed that other options were also considered, including a viaduct or tunnel, but that would have caused more damage to the surrounding land. As for the rest of the cemetery, Mr. Tan said the southern part near the old police academy will be developed for public housing as an extension of Toa Payoh. On Singapore's heritage, Mr. Tan said Singapore has been able to conserve and preserve much. And if physical markers have to be removed, Mr. Tan said it's just as important to document memories.
When we are unable to preserve certain aspects of our heritage, it does not mean that we do not care. It does not mean that we have no regard for who we are. We can and must conserve and celebrate it in the many different ways that are available to us.
It's been a race against time to document these graves here at Bukit Brown Cemetery. Some 5,000 of them, or about 5% of all the graves here, will make way for the new road. The Urban Redevelopment Authority has been funding efforts by civic groups to ensure that this slice of Singapore's history is preserved for future generations.